Over the last decade, we've had the privilege of building some of the finest barndominium homes in Texas, and this one has a new take on luxury. It's our Black Gold Barndominium. Let's get it going. So here we are on the exterior of this beautiful barndominium build. We have a complete advanced framing barndominium home with over 8,800 square foot of living area that has a basement and a large great room that is unbelievable. Before we go inside, I want to tell you a little bit about the outside. We've got some standard PBR panels. This is a charcoal color roof and trim. We've also got some brilliant white on the exterior, and we've added a touch of black as well. You're also going to see the Austin stone that we're using for all of the fireplace work and the wainscoting all along the bottom areas of the wall with a ledge stone water table that caps it off really nicely. One other thing is a special accent detail called MAC Architectural Metals. It's a product that we got through Acme Brick. This is a beautiful steel siding that we're able to use up on our dormers and on some of the bump out details that we've got going in and out under the porch areas. Also, we use this all under the soffit space as well to give us a really nice smooth finish. Additionally, we have a detached barn, which is a gambrel style structure, giving it some extra curb appeal, some beautiful barn doors on the outside, giving us over 3,200 square foot of floor space on the interior. Additionally, there's some upper storage area above that is being used there. Overall, 5,500 square foot of under roof space, making this whole property nearly 14,000 square feet under roof. So one of the other things that's unique about this project is it's an advanced hybrid steel frame barndominium. And you might ask, what is that all about? Well, it's an effort for us to do monopoly framing. And in today's video, one of our sponsors is Huberwood Zip, and on this project we're using the Zip-R sheathing. Part of that effort is to go and to take the zip system and completely encapsulate the whole steel structure with our zip barrier. This gives us a complete air barrier on the whole outer perimeter of the build, and that's the living area that we're talking about here. On this project, we had the privilege of using the Zip-R 6 sheathing all on the walls, and we were able to add our sleeper studs and put the zip system all over the roof as well. This gave us some incredible air tightness details that we were able to do, and after the fact we were able to come on the outside and add our overhangs, creating complete separation between inside and the outside structure of those porch spaces, as well as all of the overhangs around the perimeter. So we're really excited to show you guys on the inside, especially because this one's fully furnished. So there's a lot of details to get into. Let's head on in. So here we go, guys. This is a beautiful entryway with an all steel door. This is a stately door, that's the name of that. We've got a coat closet in this entryway, as well as a half bath. And right away, we're faced with this beautiful entry to the wine room. Specialized wine room, also a stately door that we've used here, but this has its own conditioned space there for the wine. I think it's a beautiful feature coming right off the entry. We've got a 2,500 square foot great room with a lot of large open area. Now, because this is fully furnished, you guys are really gonna get the full picture of how this is gonna be used. You can see we've got a buffet credenza on this side, which a lot of cabinet space up above, beautiful decorative open shelves. We've got an ice maker as well, so keeps people out of the kitchen area. There's two ice makers actually, one in the kitchen, one right here, as you're right here maybe playing pool. Now, I already told you guys that this was an advanced hybrid steel frame project, and I talked a little bit about the exterior elements with the zip-R sheathing, but inside you can see we have some support structures that we had to put in for these dormers that go up above. Creating this space with the steel is a little bit challenging. We actually had to add some load-bearing steel across horizontally before we could add the vertical in order to create this raised elevation for the dormer. You can see how we were able to use some pine finish for the stain up there. And throughout of this build, it's all about size. It's all about space. These are the Mastercraft glass doors. I want to show you kind of how these work, but this is a sliding application. And it is really nice because it gives you all this open airspace right here. This is going to be bringing the outside in, and a very nice option to have when it comes to doors and not having to have windows in these areas either, because that's another thing you'll notice about this build is almost all of the downstairs rooms, none of them have windows. It's all slider doors like this, which really accomplish the task of both having a door and window off the private porch areas that each one of these rooms will have. So one of the main central focal points of this great room is our fireplace. As you can see, it's a very massive, open, 10-foot wide, all the way up to the peak here with this Austin stone. It's got this nice large hearth at the bottom. It's what's inside that really counts here. This is our Isokern volcanic pumice for the ingredients to create this, which means it puts off a tremendous amount of heat whenever you have a fire going in this space. We've got a nice pine timber that we're using here across for the mantle. This was all purchased through Barnwood Company out of Burleson. It looks really awesome. And as you can see, a large space for a TV here overhead. As we come through here, you can see the layout, more dining space, and it flows over into a very large kitchen area. So over the years, you guys have seen us do a variety of different types of kitchen, but here, one of the things you'll notice is simplicity is the main theme as well. Why do I say that? Well, because we have the shaker style cabinets, which is very simple in design. Additionally, they've chosen an all white quartz countertop, which is very beautiful. This particular length will seat 6. It's pretty nice, sizable amount of people you could put here. Ultimately, gives us a lot of countertop space as well as room for a cooktop. So another featured favorite, I think, on this build is got to be this farm sink that we've got here with the double sliding glass. Now this is a nice touch. As you can imagine, keeping that common theme, entertainment, you've got whoever your guests are out here on the porch, but it also connects this kitchen space here if you've got this happening in both locations. My wife could not be here today, but she did, as usual, grace us with this beautiful bouquet of flowers. Brandy is out because of back surgery and she's recovering well, and we look forward to having her back. By the way, we are also going to share a lot of the details of this build when it comes to specifics on our website at texasbestbarndo.com. The Barndo Buzz, you guys need to subscribe to that, because when we do tours like this, we're going to start giving you a lot of this stuff in writing, so you're able to grab a hold of it if you're trying to create a space that looks like this too. So moving around the kitchen space, you can see they've got the coffee bar and you got the double oven with the double doors. Here we've got a full Sub-Zero fridge, all encased, which makes it look really, really good. Another thing our clients did is we added the shiplap design up above there, which is another accent wall for this overall big space, matching the entryway that was done back there. Now, because of the design of this room, we didn't really have adequate way to get air conditioning to the other side of the room. So our heating and air guy, Ken Davis, really spent a lot of time working on it, which we've shared some of those details, because this build was actually featured in the Build Across America with Matt Reisinger. And we talked in depth about the HVAC system, which is a very high performance system that we have here with full Santa Fe whole home dehumidifiers, as well as ERV systems that we've got that is coordinated and working with our variable speed units. So very efficient setup that we've got for the main house. We do have something set up differently in the basement, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Let me show you the pantry real quick before we move on throughout the house. So a couple things to point out here in the pantry. Now we have accessibility that goes back to the kitchen here. We also have a doorway that leads off to the back porch, but you've got a nice space. Again, could be used for your coffee area, additional prep space for like a butler's pantry, a lot more upper cabinet storage and shelf space. This is pretty cool. Looks like a party waiting to happen here with your chips and dip and all the other stuff, but more countertop area as well, with a lot of cabinets in here too. So you guys can get a real good feel about what we're using in these areas. So as we leave this great room area, I want to tell you about the flooring that we're using throughout on this build. This is a Mannington Parkwood Manor Oak. It's an LVT product, which looks really, really nice. And I think they're going for the durability as well. So as we head down the hallway, I want to point out to you guys a design feature that they did here to create some of a lower space. They added these pendant lights, making the hallway feel a little less lengthy, because we do have a flow that goes from front to back. But another thing is, you can see the focal point stays true, is this fireplace all the way down the hall. So I really love the feel of that. Okay, well, right off of this main corridor, I want to give you an idea of the layout. This leads down from the great room, and we have 2 bedrooms over here, 2 bedrooms over there. Now they're pretty much identical, about 14 by 14 in size. And you can see we've got this dual cabinet storage on top and bottom, which will work well for extra linens and towels. This will serve each bedroom. And then as we come, you'll see that each room has its own little drop zone mud bench areas. And then, because again, this is fully furnished, you can kind of see the space, what a 14 by 14 area will give us. We've got a walk-in closet, which is pretty sizable. You can see the amount of storage space that we have here. This right here is what I wanted to show you as well. These sliders, which are similar to what we have out in the main living area, would serve the front porch area, as well as the back porch. Every room has its own private entry, which is super nice to have. All these rooms are duplicated, but I do like how our clients worked with the designer to make every room kind of have its own feel. So you will notice that every room has a little bit different decoration as well as setup for the main bed and furniture that they're using there. Also, we're continuing that into these bathroom areas. So the tile on the floor is a little bit different. We also have the countertops, which are a little bit different in each space. They are mostly keeping with the countertops being quartz. In this particular one, we have an undermount sink, as well as the black hardware, and this simple, very nice mirror that has a small black frame. Now, the floors continue through here. I will say that there originally was going to be a door here. They decided to X that out just for spacing. Didn't want to have it be too congested here. And that's what's nice about the barn door, is you can completely shut the whole area off. But you can kind of see they mixed it up with the shower glass, adding a little bit more design. We got the floating shelves, we got the black hardware, and we got the 8x24 subway tile that we're using here, which every room has a little bit different touch. Now, while I'm in this space, I should tell you, you will notice we have our ERV fan that is constantly running up here. So it will be pulling in stale, humid air out of these spaces 100% of the time. So right off of this main corridor, we've got more to show you guys on the journey of this tour. I'm going to take you guys upstairs first before we show you the rest of what we have here. But this is a beautiful stairway that creates sort of a landing with bench space that looks out over the front of this property. Also, some beautiful railing and wonderful stained floor finishes. So in this house, we have 6.5 bathrooms. This one here, you can see, has a different feel. We've got the quartz counters with the undermount sink, and they went for a rounded mirror with the caged upper lights, which is pretty nice, and a pretty typical setup here, which some of this is duplicate to what we've done in the bathrooms below, but a really nice setup with the upper cabinet storage here as well. So overall, we sleep a lot of people in this house. Over 48 people can sleep here. Maybe more. I mean, depends on how many you can cram in, but 24 beds. And this is where it all starts right here. 14 bed bunk room here. These are full size mattresses as well. Very large bunk space, very comfortable. We've got the full closet as well in here. So as you can see, this is going to be a lot of fun. But guys, this is only 18 beds that I've showed you so far. So we got 6 more beds to see. But before we go down to the basement and show you the bunk rooms that we've got down there, let's stop by the attic because it's on the way and show you what that's all about. So as you can see, this is probably, for some people, it's going to be kind of the cool part of the video. We have all the mechanicals here. This project was featured on the Build Across America series with Matt Reisinger. So if you guys haven't seen that, you should totally check out an in-depth tour of this room. There's quite a bit going on. We've got ERVs, 2 variable speed units, 1 for each part of the house. And then we've got our Santa Fe dehumidifiers. This is our wine cooler refrigeration, and another setup over here with our Santa Fe whole home dehumidifier. There's a lot to really unpack about all this. Ken really did a great job, and his team with Performance Air. And so we're really proud how this attic turned out. So as we take you guys down to another level, we're talking basements in Texas. Like, that's different. So one thing I didn't tell you while we were in the attic is that the only area that is not covered with that central HVAC system is the basement. So down here we have Cooper and Hunter. Now Cooper Hunter is a great product for the mini split system, and we have these working here. We've got the Midnight Olivia series that we're using in these bunk rooms. This is another 6-bedroom that we've got going on in here. Don't you guys just love how our cabinet guys were able to build these bunk spaces? This is something that was a little bit different on the card, but you can see Cooper and Hunter here is serving all of the basement area. Now in this space we also have a full walk-in closet here at the end, and it's plenty of walk space through here too. Also under the bunk areas we have drawer space, so that will serve for additional linens and things like that too. And our clients were pretty particular about how they wanted some of this layout to go, but the main thing is they did want the full size mattresses here instead of doing like the twins or the smaller ones. So as we come off of this area, I'll show you the bathroom setup. Now we're missing a couple things here, mainly the mirror and the upper lighting here, but those will come shortly. And then we have the quartz countertop with the cabinet space, and you'll see some duplicate that we've done here down here in this area for the tile, with this nice subway tile as well as the frameless glass. And here they did a pocket door. This serves a full living area. We have a full kitchen or a kitchenette, but I would say a full kitchen because we actually have a range oven cooktop and the dishwasher, as well as a farm sink down here. Also off of this main living room area, we have another Cooper and Hunter unit. Now on this particular unit, we actually installed a pump for the drain, primarily because we didn't want that to be buried in the wall here because this is our concrete wall. Also, we are down below, so we have to get the water up, and that's what we're doing here in this area. There's a real sizable area down here, over 1,000 square feet, and it's nice because you can kind of see how they're going to use this area for additional guests. There is some storage space under these stairs, which you can see a little bit of the concrete here as well. I tell you what, pouring a concrete for a basement is a lot bigger deal than pouring a standard slab. So we did learn that. It's definitely the first basement we'd ever done. Last, let me tell you, down here there is additional exit that leads off to the back porch. Now we're gonna go up the other way because I got more to show you in the house, but I just wanted to show you guys that there's 2 ways to come up and down, which I think is pretty slick. So as we come into the garage, remember we kind of got a sandwich here. We got the basement below, here's the garage, we got the bunk rooms that are up top. And that was what was a little more challenging about this overall design, is creating all of this space, and of course having the concrete poured over top of the basement. We had to do this with an engineer so that we could have all this structurally sound for parking cars and all those kind of things. But in this area, we actually opted to do the truss core, which is a really nice PVC material. And you can see we're using this throughout. It's organizational. You can use the shelving, you can put the hangers on that, and any of your typical hanger storage organizing materials work really well with this product. Also, it's washable surface, so all this can be washed down, and you can see this just creates a really nice look for your garage space. We also put the water heater, so this is a hybrid water heater that we're using here. Very, very efficient ream. The Proterra, as these are in hybrid mode, they actually put off a cool air, and it creates kind of like air conditioning in this garage. So it maintains some of the atmosphere here while it's heating the water. So I think that's kind of a cool aspect to it as well. So as we come off of our garage, check out this drop zone mud bench area with full size refrigerator, sub-zero actually. Also, we've got countertop space with an undermount sink. We've got all this bench space for organization, as you could imagine, hooks, and all of the lower storage possibilities down here. Now, these are temporary washer and dryer. They actually have a different setup coming, but they did have these in temporarily. So they're going to be the higher ones, which will come up. But they also have the upper cabinet storage, a ton of storage up here. Which is really, really nice. And I believe this is the Carrara quartz that we're using here on this particular setup. But let's show you guys the back porch because we got a little bit more to show you back here. So off of our laundry utility room, you can see we have the access door that goes back down to the basement, which look, the design's going to work out perfectly. Everybody can utilize the same space. This also path leads back to the barn. You guys remember we have the pantry here. We also have the bar top that goes here. Additionally, this converts to a complete screened in porch. Why is it all enclosed? Because we have a fireplace right here. It's another Isokern fireplace. It looks awesome, guys. This is ideally what anybody I think would want in the summer times when you got the bugs, all the kind of thing going. It's just going to be awesome. So for those of you who say it's not a barndominium because it don't have a barn, well, we got you there because we got the barn too. And this is a beautiful 39 or 40 by 80 foot barn, gambrel style, like I said before, with some beautiful double doors here and Mac architectural metal as well. It's unbelievable, guys. Check this out. This is a huge gambrel barn. I am a fan of this framing style. I really like the look of it. I think it's just kind of a classic barn look, but you can see what we've got here. There's actually going to be some stalls that are here. Actually, they're right here behind me. Those will go in these where you're seeing all these barn doors on the sides. That's what that's all about. But you can kind of see what we did. We actually added liner panels. We got the large bay lights. We've got the HVLS fans that run down the center. Let me show you upstairs. There's some storage. Now, another thing, there is a pass-through here that goes from the front to the back. So they'll be able to pull their tractor in and out. And we've got a couple other things that they want to do in this space, but they did not spare any ideas up here either because they've got the full railing. You can see we've got our Advantech subfloor up here. But one thing that I think is great about a gambrel barndominium or gambrel barn is all of the height space that you have. You got a lot more usable space more quickly when it comes to your design. So as you can imagine, if you were designing this as a barndominium, you could have a lot of space upstairs. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed walking through this build. There's so much here, guys. There's really a lot of details as well, and only so much time that we can share this stuff with you. We hope that you've been inspired for barndominiums. And if you're not sure what a barndominium is, and maybe this is the first time seeing a structure like this, or maybe you think, well, isn't it just a house? Well, there's really a lot more to it when it comes to barndominiums. It has to do with the free spans, it has to do with the type of materials you're using a lot of times. But mostly it's a style that we're going for barndominium. This one does have it all. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tour. If you're interested in learning more about what it costs to build a barndominium, check out our website at texasbestbarndo.com, where you can get access to our barndo cost calculator, as well as find out our radius and where we build. This is as far north as we would normally come, but I am excited because we got a lot more content to come, a lot more barndos to come. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do that now. We also want to say thank you to all of our sponsors and brand partners that we're working with to perform and to do such great barndominiums like this. Shout out to you guys. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.